Hi, welcome to Eric's Movie Corner. I'm Eric. Today I'm going to be talking about the new movie currently in theaters, The Northman. The Northman stars Alexander Skarsgård, Nicole Kidman, Claes Bang, and Anya Taylor-Joy. Now, this movie is directed by Robert Eggers, and if you're familiar with his work, so far his two big movies are The Witch and The Lighthouse, both of which have gotten pretty good critical acclaim. I loved The Witch. The Witch is one of my favorite movies of the 2010s. Lighthouse, not so much. That was a little artsy-fartsy for my taste personally. So I was really going on a coin flip here as to whether I was going to like this one or not. As it turns out, I did end up enjoying this movie quite a bit. Robert Eggers is obsessed with historical accuracy. In The Witch, the family that we follow lives in a period-appropriate house that has a thatched roof, and there's like one dude in the country that knows still how to make a roof like that, and Robert Eggers went and tracked him down and hired him to build the roof for the house in The Witch. That's how important accuracy is to him when he's making a period piece. The Northman is, if you couldn't guess by the title, a Viking movie, and again, he has gone to great lengths to ensure that the movie is historically accurate as possible. There are some things which he admits are not on point, such as the hairstyles. He needed to switch that up just to be able to differentiate characters from each other during the movie. And of course, everybody in the movie is speaking English. And I'll be honest, I didn't research this, so I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain that in 895 AD, people in Iceland were not speaking English. Call me out if I'm wrong, by all means. So, this movie is based on the legend of Amleth, which is a Scandinavian folktale, which also inspired Hamlet. You may have heard of that. So, was William Shakespeare the first one to do a remake? Actually, no, I can answer my own question. The Romans were the first one to do the remake of the Greek mythology. Burn, Romans! Burn! Anywho, Robert Eggers has once again applied his attention to detail to The Northman, and it is a fantastic looking movie. I would recommend that you go see it in the theater because there are scenes in this movie which are spectacular. There are a couple of battle scenes, one of which when they're invading a village, I think there's a 90-second shot that's just all one shot of this band of berserker warriors invading a village, and it's something else to behold. Alexander Skarsgård in this movie is cut. Holy cow! He went full Thor for this movie. Must have worked out like a beast, because you see him with his shirt off quite a bit, and man, is he ripped. Unbelievable. Also, Anya Taylor-Joy is so beautiful that it's not even fair. In this movie, she's not wearing any makeup, and she's basically wearing a sack, and she's still drop dead gorgeous. It's just unbelievable. Nicole Kidman is great, as always. And so is Claes Bang, although I'd never heard of him before this movie. He does a great job with his character as well. This movie starts out with a little bit of history on our main character and sets up the reason that he's going to be striving for revenge later on in the movie. And then we go on a tale of revenge where he eventually comes back to his hometown and seeks revenge on the person that murders his father. And of course, not everything goes smoothly, because what kind of movie would that be? It is filled with a bunch of dramatic moments and a pretty good twist. So the story here is really quite fun. It ends up with a climax on a volcano in Iceland, which is kind of cool. Apparently, a lot of people have criticized Robert Eggers for having two men fight on a volcano that's actively erupting. where you can see the orange lava. But he pointed out that not too long ago, a band actually filmed a music video on an active volcano in Iceland. So if you can film a music video on an active volcano, how is it so far-fetched to have a sword fight on an active volcano? And I think he's got a fair point there. The Northman had a $90 million budget. That's a lot of money. And in its first weekend, it only pulled in $21 million domestically. And that's sad. I would like people to go out and support this movie because I would like to see Robert Eggers make more movies that are this good. It's a little unusual for him. This movie, he did not have final cut. The studio made him pare it down quite a bit. And so some of it doesn't quite flow the way that he intended. But he was willing to make those changes for the studio. And he walked into the project aware that that was going to happen and willing to deal with it, even though he'd prefer to just have his own vision on the screen. So, if you want to see a movie with lots of violence, a volcano, cool Viking boats, revenge, intrigue, and maybe a little bit of mysticism, I would recommend that you go check this movie out in the theater. Support Robert Eggers. So that he can get a budget to make more awesome movies like the ones he's made so far. If you enjoyed hearing me talk about The Northman tonight, please give me a like below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you're alerted every time I post something new. Thank you for stopping by Eric's Movie Corner. Come back next time.